Hi, friends. MaryLue with the Show Me Hope Crisis Counseling Program. Welcome to our Mind and Body Wellness video series. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, the topic that I would like to talk about today is kind of Holiday 101. We are in that season where there is going to be potential for additional amazing meals, maybe some family time, and kind of talk about how we can stay healthy during that. All right. So I have notes because if not, I have no idea what I'm doing. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is food and food safety. Food is a big part of my family traditions, and we have some families that may not be meeting traditionally like they have in the past. So we might have some first time big meal cookers, or we might have people that are fixing a turkey for the first time in their own home without the guidance of their loved ones. So we just want to talk about some of the stuff that's kind of important in that. So number one, start planning at least 9 days ahead. That might seem excessive, but if you've never done this before, trust me, you need that time. Feel free to reach out to your loved ones or cruise Pinterest to help plan your menu. So I'm going to share my menu with you. That does not mean that you have to have what I have. This is just the stuff that my family likes and that we all get pretty excited about. So we have a big turkey that we smoke, and then we have a turkey breast that we roast. And the reason that we do that is because we use the broth off of the turkey breast for our noodles and gravy. So that's why we have the two turkeys. Well, we have a full turkey and a turkey breast. We have a ham that we bake. We also make homemade stuffing, but that doesn't mean that you have to. Stovetop stuffing is perfectly fine. Don't feel like you have to overexert yourself. The whole concept of holidays, in my opinion, and we all know about opinions, right? We all have them. But we should really focus on the people that we're spending it with, the meaning behind the holiday. I think specifically about Thanksgiving, if you're going to partake in that, it's about being thankful. It's not about how much extravagant food you have on the table. It's about being thankful for what we have. So we also have green bean casserole. We have mashed potatoes. So a little secret, if you don't want to do real mashed potatoes, if you want to do instant, a secret that I use to kind of make them awesome is I use a full stick of butter instead of like the 2 tablespoons that it calls for. And then I also add 2 tablespoons of sour cream to them. So if you are using real potatoes to make your mashed potatoes, have at it. Just mash them really well. Try to make them less lumpy. And if you're using instant, play around with the recipe a little bit and figure out what is best for you and your family. We have mac and cheese at my house, but it's not like shells and cheese. We do like a scallop mac and cheese. It's like a bake. And people just go absolutely bananas for it. So we have to have it because we all love it. We have noodles, and we do homemade noodles. Flour and egg, and we roll them out and we let them dry, and then we throw them in the broth. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. There are plenty of noodle varieties at the store that are fantastic. I know at our local grocery store, they have a noodle that also has like a chicken flavor in it, and it goes fantastic with turkey broth or even in a chicken broth. And they cook up very nice, and they're firm with a little bit of a floury texture. So they remind you so much of like traditional homemade noodles. So once again, we don't have to go completely out of our comfort zone for this meal if we don't want to. We also have gravy, and we have rolls. We like the Hawaiian rolls. because the flavor is just awesome. And there's something about the next day taking one of those Hawaiian rolls with some leftover turkey and making a little slider with it. Woo, doggy. Good stuff. We also have sweet potato casserole with the candy pecan toppings. So our holidays are not the healthiest. So if that's what you're looking for, like, I'll have to do another video for you because this ain't it. So sorry, friends. We also have pecan pie and pumpkin pie. If you want to make your own pies, they're not nearly as scary as you may think that they are. You can buy pre-made crust. Pecan pie recipe is right on the side of the Karo syrup bottle. The pumpkin pie recipe is right on the can of pumpkin. If you don't want to attempt to do that, or if there's not enough time to get that done, that's okay. Guess what? They make them frozen. You pop them in the oven, they come out hot, and they're still delicious. Go ahead and grab some whipped cream, though, because you know what? It's delicious, too. Just have it and get maybe some vanilla ice cream, too. It's really good. Some, like, hot pie, scoop of ice cream on it, a little a la mode. I'm ready. I'm so ready for the holidays. But so that's our menu. Like I said, feel free to cruise the internet, Pinterest, whatever you need to, or reach out to your loved ones to ask them for their recipes and just feel good about what you're preparing. So, all right, more into food safety. If you get a frozen turkey, we're going to have to thaw that baby, and you need to thaw it in the fridge. So if your turkey is between 8 and 12 pounds, you need to have it completely thawed before you cook it. So you need to put it in the fridge 3 days before you plan on cooking it. If your turkey is 12 to 16 pounds, you need to put it in the fridge 4 days before you plan on cooking it. And if your turkey is 16 to 20 pounds, you need to put it in the fridge 5 days before you plan on cooking it. We want to cook a turkey at 325 degrees, and we want to have a meat thermometer, and we want to consume the turkey with it registering at 165 degrees in the thickest part of the meat. Once we have cooked all of our delicious food and we have enjoyed it, we want to refrigerate our leftovers within 2 hours. And then we want all of our leftovers thrown out by 7 days. No one wants food poisoning. That is not fun. So I hope that there was some information that you could use out of the food and the food safety. Next, we're going to kind of talk about special needs. If we are able to get with our family and enjoy each other's presence, we need to be mindful of any of the individuals that might have special needs. So we want to prepare the individual for a group encounter, and we want to let the family know of any triggers that the individual might have so that we can create a safe environment for everyone. Dress for comfort. Don't put on a lot of restrictive clothing that might cause discomfort or agitation throughout the day. It's okay to roll up to a holiday in sweatpants. In fact, I encourage it, because how are you going to eat all the food if you're wearing some tight pants? It doesn't make sense. So dress for comfort. We don't want to try to force feed, especially like children with special needs. But we need to explain to our family members that they're not being offensive, that they do like the food. They might just not have an appetite. This might be perfectly normal for them. So we don't want to make anyone uncomfortable by trying to pressure them to eat more food than what they are comfortable with. Try to bring toys and sensory gadgets so that there is some entertainment and a way for them to have stress relief and feel comfortable. And this one actually kind of humors me, because as an adult, I do this as well. Plan an escape route. If things are becoming too overwhelming and it's no longer enjoyable, it's okay to leave. It's okay. We are there with people that we care about and that we love, and they feel the same way about us. They care about us and they love us, and they're going to understand. If we tell them, hey, it was great seeing you. Thank you so much for everything. Is it okay if we get a to-go box? This is a little too much. We'll do a video call when we get home. Everyone's going to be okay with that. And we want to make sure that we are rewarding good behavior. If we put someone with special needs through a challenging day and we have some really awesome highlights from that day and some good memories, let's reward that and let them know that we've really appreciated all the effort that they put into that day as well. So next, after talking about special needs and talking about spending time with family, let's talk about boundaries. So boundaries are key in healthy relationships. Without them, we can feel resentment and disappointment, or like we're being taken advantage of or used. People that do not have boundaries can often become upset when you are setting boundaries because they don't really understand the purpose of them. That doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. Having boundaries is good for you. It makes sure that your mental health is a priority. So with practice, boundaries will feel liberating and natural. We don't have to be rude. We don't have to be hateful or short when we are expressing boundaries. We can use a change of topic. We can use very short, nope, I'm not going to talk about that. And we don't have to explain why we don't want to talk about things either. So just keep that in mind that at family get-togethers, we do not have to discuss heavy topics. In fact, I do not encourage that. That sounds like a terrible idea. Let's go back to the sweet potato casserole and talk about how bomb that was, okay? There are so many better things that we can discuss. So once the holidays are over, some things that you can do to up your self-care is drink water, lots and lots of water. We want to aim for about 10 glasses a day post-holidays. That helps with digestion, and it can cut back on our inflammation from the foods that we have ate. We want to make sure that we are working out because physical movement helps digestion, our mental health, and it also reduces bloating. And we want to eat lighter meals and try to meal plan so that we can utilize our leftovers. And last but certainly not least, sleep. You're going to need your rest. And if you eat enough turkey, you're probably going to have to take a nap anyways, because that's what we do, right? We eat the turkey and then we take a nap, and life is good. So thank you so much for joining us today, and be well, and happy holidays, friends.